Hi guys, so as you know I like trying out new sort of techniques, and something I want to do for a long time, and that's do some terrain with some ice and snow. And as you can see, that's exactly what I've done here. Yeah, a little small diorama, but a good effective way of showing, well, a great way of doing some ice and snow. So this lovely miniature I got over on the Kickstarter that's about to start, well, today actually. And yeah, it's deities come alive, or deities, yeah, gods. And this is a Kickstarter by Limelight Miniatures, someone I've actually worked with before. I'll leave a link at the end so you can go and see the other stuff that I've sort of printed and painted from this lovely chap. And the other great thing with this Kickstarter, as well as obviously getting the STLs to download, you can also get physical models, which is really good. And all these models are 5e compatible with D&D, so they come with all the stats and all the information behind the character. But obviously you can print these off and use these, well, in any kind of sort of tabletop gaming game that you play. And as you can see, there's a whole variety of figures here. They are absolutely gorgeously sculptured, lots of detail, and they look absolutely awesome. And yeah, I love all of these. So they are obviously gods, so they're going to be sort of big, powerful, and generally muscly, which is the kind of figures that I do enjoy painting. And I say highly detailed as well, which is just great. And like all 3D printed things, they can be kit bashed, as I love the look of this, and I reckon I can see this with an orc riding on its back. But obviously the miniature that I've gone for is Morvax, a sea deity. And again, I do seem to get drawn to any kind of miniature that has some rather large muscles. And this dude looks really good, obviously large sharp teeth. And as I say, I wanted to try something with sort of something breaking out of ice, but also perhaps doing something with snow, because I've never messed about with snow, and I thought it was about time that I did. If you do print out the miniatures, they are pre-supported, which is awesome. And as you can see, yeah, this dude has come out perfectly. And as I say, yeah, lots of definition. Love his abs, his muscles, and even in the skin there's texture, which is just awesome that they put so much detail and time in the miniature to yeah, even make the skin have some texture to it, which is just great, as obviously the Slapshot painting is going to love this. So this chap was printed on the Uniformation GK2 using the Amara Labs tabletop gaming resin, as these are definitely a perfect combo for getting some miniatures out that are just great and not brittle, and yeah, just perfect for playing tabletop gaming, because you really can obviously give these guys a bit of a beating. So usual thing, yeah, primed in black, good old black, Colourforge prime in black, or matte black, which is just awesome. And yeah, lovely large, well, I'm using a makeup brush here. Again, this is where, when it comes to dry brushing, yeah, you don't need to get the expensive brushes. Say, I do sometimes use expensive ones, and sometimes I use these makeup ones. And these were, I think, a pack of 12 for about £8 off Amazon. And yeah, as you can see, they work perfectly. And that was one of the larger brushes, which is good because obviously it covers the area nice and quick, hits all the highlights, and yeah, we are ready to rock and roll and get some colour on this dude. So my thinking behind the colour, because he was a sea creature, that's kind of why I'm going for sort of like blues on this. And yeah, I think the colour scheme worked really, really well. And I say, I am trying out lots and lots of new sort of techniques. But again, when I say new, they are new to me, not new to the hobby. But yeah, definitely new to me. So yeah, making ice and snow. Yeah, I love it. I love how it came out. Again, you'll be able to see it in a minute, guys, what I do to make my ice. It's definitely something I'm going to be using more of. And I've recently got hold of a whole load of resin, as in the 2-part epoxy resin, to make sort of larger sort of water kind of dioramas. So yeah, guys, any ideas on what you think I should make? Definitely leave them down below in the comments, as well, I want to start making lots of bigger kind of dioramas that say include water. So I'm using the Army Painter Speed Paints 2.0, and as you can see, yeah, they are going over this this little sea monster perfectly. And again, so this is where you can see all the definition that the model maker has put into the skin, as there is so much texture there. Yeah, speed paints, they love a lot of texture, and that seems to be where they certainly shine, and you get the best out of them. And the other great thing I love about the Army Painter Speed Paints is there's so many variations of a colour. I know you've probably all heard me talk about the greens when I do my orcs. There's about 13 different greens that I use, which is great. And the same can be said for the blues. There's probably about 8 different blues, Again, same with the browns and all the other colours. Yeah, there's lots of variety, which is awesome. So it means I can paint this dude in about 3 or 4 different shades of blue. Oh, apologies guys if my voice does sound a little bit weird. I seem to have come down with a cold, or maybe just run down a little bit. I'm not too sure, but my nose is blocked, my head's blocked. So yeah, I'm not sure if my voice sounds any different to normal. It certainly does in my head. Anyway, enough waffle. Back to this dude. Yeah, fairly sort of simple paint scheme really. Mostly obviously blue, a little bit of bone colour for, well, funny enough, the bones. Yeah, he's got a red tongue in there and the teeth. So yeah, it didn't take long at all to paint this dude, which is really good because obviously I was super excited to get on and, well, mess about, make some ice and snow. So all the models do come with their own bases, but obviously I'm sort of doing something different to the original base. So I'm just going to use a bog standard, normal, round, or black plastic base. Even though this isn't really going to seem that much, because obviously when I'm making these things up, I am literally making these things up as I go along. I kind of wanted the bottom of this to be, well, a blue, because it's going to be the sea. So yeah, start off by just painting everything in a nice sort of deep dark blue. But then I kind of thought, as this is going to be under ice, I kind of really want some areas to be, well, darker than the rest. So yeah, just again, this is where I'm just having fun, making things up as I go along, and just trying out new things. So I thought I'd put on some nice heavy black around the outer rim, but then get some water on my brush and try and kind of feather it all in. Just so it looks obviously darker on the outsides, going lighter in the middle, because the my figure is going to be in the middle. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking behind this. And again, this hobby, it's all about having fun, trying out new things, experimenting, and yeah, having fun, just doing things. As Bob Ross says, there's just happy little accidents. So whatever happens, yeah, it's meant to happen. So that's the base and the miniature done, so they're ready to, well, be put together. And yeah, simply a case of just popping them off my little miniature painting holding pot thingy doobie what's it. And yeah, so he's literally going to be sort of in the centre of this. Again, I am sort of making this up as I go along. Yeah, my main plan here, him in the centre, looking like he's sort of coming up through ice. So yeah, some broken ice. And the broken ice, right, this is how the magic happens. I thought I would 3D print some ice. Well, why not? So I'm using this Sunlu clear resin in the hope I can sort of print off, well, a sheet of plastic, snap it up and make some ice. So guys, if you make ice, let me know how you do it, because, well, I've never done it before. I printed this out, and as you can see, it's quite thick. Yeah, maybe too thick. So my plan is to obviously bash it within an inch of its life, have bits break off, and then yeah, it looked like it's, well, broken ice. Unfortunately, this resin, yeah, it got me beat. It was super strong, even though it wasn't, I mean, it's not too thick, so I had to go printing some thinner stuff, thinking, well, this will obviously crack and break a lot easier, even though I'd rather it was thicker ice. But no, even that was too thick. I mean, we're talking about 3mm, maybe 4mm on the smaller one, and yeah, it was a no-go. Yeah, unless I had a sledgehammer and I could go outside, put them on some rocks and really bash them about, I'd have no chance of breaking these up. So I then had another cunning plan, thinking, well, why do I need to break them up when I can just print out broken bits of things? So yeah, went into Tinkercad, made up some weird and wonderful shapes, and then printed them out. Yeah, job done. As you can see, the resin does go a little bit yellow. That's when you put it in the curing. It comes out nice and clear until you cure it, and then it goes with this yellow colour. But then if you do sort of spray it with a varnish or anything like that, then it does go clear again. So yeah, lots of little bits and pieces, 3D printed. Yeah, guys, let me know how you make ice, because I haven't got a clue. I say, I am making things up as I literally go along. But I will say, I love how it looks, and this is kind of what I had in my mind. So yeah, all good. Then using some clear resin, I'm going to put this all over the place, just so it'll look like, well, it'll fill the gaps up as though there's water. So obviously the plan is he's broken the ice, and then obviously it reveals, well, water. Yeah, good old clear resin, and then a UV light. This is something I love using. Again, I've had this bottle for ages. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, UV lights work best when they have batteries in. Yeah, not sure where the batteries went. Probably one of the kids took it out for one of the toys. But yeah, there we go. Get the batteries, and then the UV resin literally takes, well, seconds. Although it is weird, sometimes the UV resin does give off a little bit of smoke. As in, obviously, it has its little reaction. It heats up and then hardens. Yeah, I don't know if it's like if you do it too thick, it heats up. I'm not too sure. But yeah, sometimes it's almost like this thing's, well, on fire. But yeah, clear resin and my 3D printed ice. Yeah, I'm loving it. Let me know what you guys think of this and if it's something you've done before. As I say, yeah, making things up as I go along is kind of the best way, and it's only a great way of learning, because then if you make mistakes, then you know what not to do next time, or if something works out perfectly, then you think, yeah, definitely gonna do that again next time. So as this UV resin worked really well for, well, making like the water on the floor, I thought I'd have some on him, so having it dripping, but then trying to get it so it drips, and then we use the UV light to, well, harden it. So that way it'll look like water drips dripping off of him. And again, making this up as I go along. But yeah, love it. Love how it's come out. Because obviously it does look like it's a moment in time. And the water is literally dripping off this dude. So I want to give him a bit of a varnish, because obviously he doesn't look very, well, doesn't look very wet. So I thought with the varnish, that'll give him a bit of a sheen or shine. And make him glisten a little bit. So yeah, he looks a bit wet. Plus the, as I said before, the 3D printed bits I did looked a little bit yellow, which, yeah, don't we want yellow ice, because that means someone's peed in it. So yeah, using the clear resin, it does bring back a nice clear shiny look to those 3D printed parts, as well as I say, making him look, well, glistening, like he's, well, wet. And I'm certainly loving how this creature looks, and yeah, I think I've succeeded with the ice look. So now it's time to have a bit of a mess around with some snow. Again, something I've never used in any kind of sort of diorama, but luckily you can buy, well, snow scatter. So this makes things a whole lot easier. This is from old Scenics something or other. Again, I will try and leave links down below, guys, to everything I use. And then it is just a case of sprinkling it over, well, where I want it to sort of settle. So this dude is still sticky from the clear varnish I've used, so I'm kind of using that as well as the glue here. So yeah, he's still sticky from the clear varnish. Anything that goes over it, I'm kind of thinking, hoping, praying, will just stick to it. So yeah, using my fingers. I mean, I probably could have used some sort of sieve for this. Again, let me know in the comments, guys, how you do your sort of snow. If there's a better way than what I am doing, yeah, by all means let me know. As I have got another diorama coming up that I'm going to be working on, which is going to definitely be more, well, it's going to be definitely all kind of snow in the diorama. So yeah, I could definitely do some more tips, tricks, hints, cheats, whatever you may want to call it, just yeah, for a larger diorama that is primarily a snow diorama. So yeah, loved how he looked. I say a lot of the snow that's on the top is just loose, so I had a cunning plan. Maybe cunning, maybe stupid. I would go over him with some more clear varnish, spraying from quite a distance away, so rather than obviously blowing the snow off, it's kind of like landing on top and hopefully encasing everything. And to be fair, I think I've done a pretty good job on my first sort of ever use of, well, ice and snow. So guys, don't forget to check out the link down below to the Kickstarter by Limelight Miniatures. And I say, these obviously figures are great for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, but yeah, they can be used in any kind of gaming scenario you can think of, or even the old dioramas. So yeah, go and check out the link down below. And I'm certainly pleased how my Morvax, the sea deity, came out. And yeah, I don't think I've done a too bad a job. Again, let me know, guys, what you think of how he came out, anything I could have done better, or how you do things. But yeah, I certainly do love the resin for the drips, and I think that has worked out, yeah, pretty cool. And don't forget, guys, I do have an eBay account where I am pretty much selling most of the things that I make, unless they're sort of to do with kill teams or any games that I play. Yeah, a lot of little dioramas or one-offs or things here and there. Yeah, on my eBay, basically because I need the room. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room, guys. I am a guy sitting at a desk in his front room. So yeah, space is short. Anyway, enough of that waffle. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. There's another video on the screen. Give that a click, see more of what I do. Big shout out and thank you to all my lovely patrons for supporting me each and every month, as well as my monthly sponsors, as they do keep me, they keep me fed with mince pies, especially this time of year. So like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. You guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.